Children. What's your name?
I'm Charity.
And you are?
Chloe.
And your name is?
Ezra.
How old are you, Ezra?
5.5.
5.5. And this is?
Nora.
How old's Nora?
18 months.
18 months. And you are Daddy?
Daddy. Ian.
Ian the Daddy. Okay, so this is a story of vaccinated, a little bit vaccinated, and no vaccination. So this is a nice little study that we're going to do here, but in this family. This is the people's study, the people's warning to the other people.
Yes.
And you are now officially part of it.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go. So when you guys got married and decided to have children, were you crazy anti-vaxxer nutbags?
We were just go with the flow, do what the doctor said.
So no is the answer.
No. We were not anti-vax at the time when we got married.
You were not anti-vax. What did you think of vaccines, or did you not even think?
Did not even think. Had no... Yeah.
Nothing.
Didn't think about
So
it.
Chloe, you're the oldest. How old did you say again?
7.
You're 7, and you're the one that had the most hurt from a vaccination.
Yes.
Okay, poor you. So, did you get any vaccines when you were pregnant, Mum?
No. I didn't. I guess at that point they didn't push them as much 7 years ago when you were pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I always went the midwife route also. I guess in the back of my mind, I leaned that way, but didn't know it. I was offered the flu shot, never wanted it. So no, I didn't get any vaccinations while I was pregnant.
So good for you. So some natural instinct stepped in.
Some natural
and said,
instinct was already there. I
yeah.
didn't know it was there.
Okay, so when Chloe was born... No, yes, you're Chloe, aren't you? Your sister's Nora. When you were born, did you look at her when she was put into your arms and you think, you know what, something wrong here? Or was she healthy?
She was very healthy.
Okay, so nothing wrong. So she was born healthily.
Very. Mm-hmm.
And did they give her hepatitis B and vitamin K?
Yes. We were one day in the hospital. They brought in the nurse that said she needs hepatitis B, and I thought it was weird because that's transmitted, through blood or other ways. And she said that the nurse's story was Chloe could get hepatitis B playing on a playground and getting sneezed on
Oh my God.
by somebody. So we said, okay, well, we're definitely going to be playing on playgrounds.
Guys, you need to put that into our book of stupidity. That Chloe, as a newborn baby, could be playing. Someone needs to tell these nurses that newborn babies don't generally play on their own in playgrounds. They are protected by their mother. And could fall over and hurt herself.
No, just that another kid carrying
another
hepatitis B could sneeze or
sneeze or spit.
and give Chloe hepatitis B.
Are we understanding the level of stupidity of these people now, people? Are we getting it? I hope so, because that is the most ridiculous comment with your newborn baby.
It scared me enough
Anyway,
to
you
get it.
believed it.
Yep, we did.
Okay.
We got it.
All right. So when did you first? Okay, what is it that made you think? Because it must have been him, because you continued to vaccinate him. So so it wasn't until you had your second child that you suddenly realised vaccines are not great.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
I started realizing it when Chloe was 2 months. The first set of a lot of shots that she had, the 2-month well check visit, if you will. I was holding her, rocking her in my arms, and I was looking at her just like this. She was laying on her back, and she did like this. She stopped. She left. Her eyes went blank. She stopped breathing. She just disappeared right in front of me, and it scared me. And I held her up, and I Chloe, I just said her name, and she came to, but it was a scary few seconds. And I called her pediatrician at the time, and I said she just had vaccinations yesterday. Something's going on. She stopped breathing, and the doctor just said, well, basically no, she didn't. She's fine. She's just a baby. No big deal. We didn't go in. There was nothing. Just keep an eye on her.
Did they say it was normal?
Oh yeah, it's normal. Well, I just said, could it be her vaccinations? Because she had them yesterday, and the doctor said, no, there's no way. Which that was the very first red flag that I ever experienced. Because I'm like, okay, well, I just watched my child disappear right in front of me. She had vaccinations yesterday, and for the past 2 months, everything's been fine. there has to be a tie. You don't just do that for no reason. So that was my red flag, my first red flag. And then on her 6-month shots, she developed severe hives, which they blamed on food. Told me she probably had an egg allergy. And then,
So not the vaccines again, it's the food now.
right, but immediately following the vaccine, she broke out in hives, fever, all of that. Eczema after the hives calmed down. So, you know, we still deal with breakouts all over the cheeks and arms. But after that, I guess it was more of a fear factor reason. I, at that point, had enough red flags to be concerned, but didn't have the know-how or the, just didn't listen. Just listened to the fear more than anything at that point. So we kept vaccinating her until she was 2.
Wow, that's a lot of vaccines, Chloe.
It's a lot. And we moved to Texas, and she started throwing up every night. Every morning we would wake up and there would be throw up all over her crib, around the floor. We would put towels down every night around her crib because we knew we were going to wake up and see just vomit everywhere. And
That's frightening.
The doctors were not concerned.
Why is it normal?
It's normal. I really didn't like that answer at all. So we just got in the habit of putting towels down and cleaning up in the morning. It just became a regular thing. Couldn't pinpoint it on any type of food or anything. We moved to Texas right after her 18-month checkup, and she started having 104-degree fevers, which turned into 106-degree fevers, which turned into 107-degree fevers. We were rushing to Dallas Children's Hospital 3 or 4 times. Well, she was turning pale, lips were turning purple, praying, screaming prayers that she wouldn't seize up and die. Every time we got to the ER at the Children's Hospital, the doctors eventually became upset with us for coming because we were using the emergency room for that type of fever. We were told that 106, 107 temperatures are normal. And then she developed secondary infections. She had urinary tract infections with that fever. She had impetigo, where she had huge sores all over her mouth and face. She just became very, very sick. We moved back home 3 months later to get well, and at that point, little brother was 7 or 8 months old and slowed down significantly. If we got a shot, it might be 1.
So did he have Hep B at birth?
He did not have Hep B at birth. I did not do that. We did do vitamin K because we thought it was just a vitamin. But no, he didn't have Hep B, I don't believe, ever. And then when he went from the age of 1 to age of 2 with nothing. He was barely vaccinated up until that point. And then we were at the doctor for his 2-year-old checkup, and the doctor said we should get the MMR. If we weren't going to do anything, we should do MMR. So we did the 1 when he was 2, which was a year later than the schedule. Thankfully, we did not have any adverse reactions from that with him. Maybe some emotional upset, easily over sensory, maybe a little bit. But that was the very last vaccine that any of my kids ever had.
Now, did you guys as a couple agree on this?
Mm-hmm.
You were both on the same page throughout the
Well,
whole
she started researching what goes into vaccines, and that's when we decided that.
So you never had any fights over these vaccines? You're on
No.
the same page. That's great. That's great.
Mm-mm.
Very, very. Now, okay, this is a very important question. I need you both to answer this. We interview over and over and over again. Way too many, and it's very disturbing. People who get married, have children, get divorced or whatever, and then one of them, normally the dad, force vaccinates through court these children.
Mm-hmm.
What is your advice to young people choosing their partner for life so that this does? We have to stop this happening because kids are being used in divorce with vaccines. What, you guys survived it? You're great. You don't argue. You're on the same page. What's your advice? These young people need to know.
It's part of your foundation. There's just some things that you go into marriage for us that are not an option. Gosh, that's hard.
You've got to be on the same page about everything. You've got to have these discussions. Are you gonna homeschool? Are you gonna do public schools? Are you gonna, anything about your kids? You have to decide beforehand.
I think if
Right, and if something's not quite right, that's got to be a warning sign to you.
Yeah.
You have to be on the same page on
If they're
everything
questioning
if you're gonna
it,
raise a family
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everything.
If they're not 100% sure and they're questioning it, research more. I mean, keep your mind open. If anything, don't close your mind.
Girls, are you listening? Particularly you lot, because you get silly when you're in love. Trust me, I know. Right, we now need to talk about Nora, because everybody wants to know about Nora.
Okay.
She's unvaccinated.
Yes.
She's into everything.
Yes.
Nora! Hi!
Is it Mama?
Nora was born in the car,
You were, exciting
in the backseat
stuff.
of a van.
in the backseat
Why,
of the
what
van.
happened?
We were just going to the hospital. We didn't make it.
We were going to the midwife.
We'd been in labor-
Not the hospital.
The
We were going
midwife.
to the birthing
And it was just you two
birthing
together. You were
center.
driving, I presume. And what, she just came out in the car?
Yeah, we were laboring for a while. Everything stopped. We went home. I couldn't rest. I slept.
Wait, just
wanted
you two
my
on
bed.
your own, and out comes Nora.
Halfway.
Well, sort of came out. She just kind of,
Nora!
she just stayed
You're
there
so
for a
funny.
minute. Then next thing you know, about 20 paramedics are in the van with us. And finally one of them has enough sense in his mind to say, hey, why don't you give some pushes? Because I couldn't have told you my name at that point. I was kind of in shock. Pushed her out. She was fine. She wasn't
She's
breathing.
adorable.
She came out not breathing. We were rushed to Vanderbilt emergency room. And by the time we got there, she was fine, screaming, healthy, happy.
Now, has Nora in her... Now, you're 18 months, Nora. That's 1.5 years, okay?
Yes.
Now, up until your first birthday, did she have any ear infections and antibiotics?
None.
None, people! I've already asked you that question. I asked that so many times.
Yeah.
I
None.
did. No, I didn't. I don't know. Okay, so no ear infections for Nora. Unvaccinated. No vitamin K. No drugs of any kind.
Never.
They tried pushing it. When we got to the ER, when we got to the hospital, the doctor tried to really coax me into
Since it was a traumatic
getting the
birth.
stuff on her eyes and getting the vitamin K and all that stuff. And we already knew that we weren't going to do it, so we just refused it and declined it.
Guys, I honestly do think that we have found the cause of ear infections in the first year of life. You can't ignore our little study. It's unbelievable. And it's quite serious, because with ear infections come antibiotics, and all that kind of messes up the immune system and the gut and everything. And this is actually quite a serious thing that we stumbled on by mistake. Hi, sorry. That little one, look at her. She's so cute. She should really get together with the little girl that I had on here, the unvaccinated little girl last night.
Oh, yeah?
Was smudging banana into the floor of the bath and then eating it.
Sounds like Nora.
She was she's just like Nora. Those two could be friends for life. So she's healthy. So basically we've got Chloe's completely vaccinated. Was.
Till age 2.
Up to
So
age
now that
2.
she's 7, she's lacking on, the
She's
normal
doing well.
schedule.
Then you've got partially
doing well.
vaccinated.
Very partially vaccinated
And then absolutely no vaccinations. Is there anything that would make you both vaccinate yourselves or your kids ever again?
no.
Nothing.
Nothing. Not even the killer flu that's coming.
Nope.
No.
It's going to be really bad.
Especially
You're going to see
not-
dead bodies all over the media
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
with masks and military coming in.
We know it's not true then.
Yeah, it's true.
That's where we're seeing it.
Do you watch mainstream media?
No.
But you watch this.
Yeah.
Our little phones.
Yeah.
This
Because
is
it's
real news.
It's real news.
Chloe, when you grow up and you become a lovely lady, what you would like to be with your life? Can be anything you like, anything in the world. You can be Queen of England if you like.
Mom.
You want to be a mum?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. There's nothing more special and important, and there's nothing more hard work. But you'll be a fantastic mum.
She will be.
So what's your advice to the young parents?
If you have a question in your mind, if you think this much that it might not be safe, research, reach out, read, watch the documentaries. Do not go to the appointment until you've erased all doubt. And I guarantee you, if you really research with an open mind, you cannot erase the doubt. You can't. It's there.
Okay, apparently you can't be Queen of England.
So.
I was only kidding.
We can go
But
visit.
you never know. She could marry, what's his name? What's the new child called?
George.
George, there you go. She can marry George. I'm sure something could happen. Time's going to change.
Yeah, we're going to have to plan our trip now.
Oh, I don't know. Whatever, peeps. The main thing is you've got the whole world ahead of you, and your mum and dad have put you on the right track because they've made you well, and you're never going to have another vaccine again. Do you go to school or are you homeschooled?
Homeschool.
I see. There you go. You're not going to be brainwashed either. It's true. It's a peep study.
Only what
isn't it,
we
peeps?
decide to brainwash her with, right?
The bus is. Where are we? We're not in there. What's his name?
Smyrna.
Smyrna.
Smyrna,
We're in Smyrna, peeps.
Tennessee.
In Tennessee, and the people have got a bit of an accent. They talk a bit like the.
I don't know. That's Jersey.
Oh, that's Jersey. That's something. I thought it was
You're
nothing.
Southern.
I like the southern
Say
accent.
y'all.
Slow.
Y'all. That's Texas.
Y'all.
We say y'all.
That's it.
And
We
what
say
is it
y'all.
when there's y'all and there's yuls or something?
Y'alls.
Use.
That's New York.
New York.
Use coming with us.
guys.
Use guys. Yeah, America rocks. I love it. Okay, so anything else? You lot, anybody in this family wants to tell anybody anything? Give any kind of advice at all?
Ezra, do you have advice?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm going to be I work at the airport next.
He wants to work at the airport.
Yeah. There's
What do you want to do at the airport?
Fly airplanes.
Like be a pilot?
Yeah.
You should go speak to Bella's boyfriend Max. Just don't join the military. There's other ways of doing it. Military
Yeah, lots of them.
mandated
Guinea
vaccines.
pigs.
Just saying. Okay, good job. You guys are amazing. I wouldn't. Nora surely's not going to know what she wants to be. She's 18 months, peeps. We'll ask her in a couple of years. But I think she's going to be a very busy lady.
Yes.
Is she kind of feisty? All these unvaccinated
so
girls are so
feisty.
feisty.
She's so active.
Kind of bossy,
She's
demanding,
the,
manipulative.
she's the boss.
I love them. All right, guys, we're coming off. We have,
you.
I think, lots more stories. I don't know. We're about to find out. I don't know how long Billy's going to last, to be honest with you.